The Washington Wizards, as Chris Webber and Juwan Howard not expected to play, so Harvey Grant all of a sudden pressed into service, but the Warriors maybe a chance to steal the win, as it will be the Washington Wizards taking on the Warriors tonight here at the new arena in Oakland. Rod Strickland makes the Wizards roll.
I think this guy is perhaps the most underrated player, certainly the most underrated point guard in the league. Look at those stats. Leads the league in assists. He's never made an all-star team in 10 years. He can drive to the basket, he can finish, but he can also pass in the cracks. I'll tell you, he makes his team go.
We're back at the new arena in Oakland, ready to start the second half of the season. The starting lineups being announced, and a very different look to the starting lineups for both ball clubs, as Rod Strickland and Calbert Cheney, a familiar backcourt, but Tracy Murray instead of in 1987 with Seattle. For the Golden State Warriors, a very different look at the starting lineup. Tony Delk, second start of the year. No Bimbo Coles. Dwayne Farrell, his second start of the year. No Brian Shaw. Donyell Marshall, Joe Smith, and Eric Dampier.
Thursday, the Warriors haven't played since a week ago tonight. They should be well rested.
But not healthy. Calbert. I wonder, energy-wise, though, dealing with Rod Strickland for 44 minutes, that could be difficult. Strickland behind the back. His jumper from the foul line is perfect.
Calbert Cheney got mismatched against Donyell Marshall. They threw over the top, and that's twice now the Warriors have had success on a mismatch.
Tracy Murray shoots the three right sideline for Farrell on the bench with 2 fouls, and Brandon Williams from the CBA to the NBA. Strickland on the inbound, got inside, laid it in.
For his height, he's one of the best finishers in the league.
With 4, Joe Smith with 4, and the Warriors down a bucket.
Now Brandon Williams is matched up against Calbert Cheney. They say Cheney's 6'7". Strickland right down the lane. Another
finger rolled it in again.
Acrobatic reverse layup. Jumping off 2 feet, shooting it from the hip, this time from the left side of the hoop. 7. That was in overtime.
Strickland isolated against Tony Delk on the left wing. They keep going into their point guard. Is shot off the glass and around a flailing Dampier and in.
You see how he created, though?
Warriors down 4 as we get under 5 minutes. Both teams shooting well. The Warriors at 58%, Washington at 56%.
Strickland, a little pick and roll, goes right down the middle again and a fake, and gets another 2.
4 as well. 23-20 Wizards with Strickland holding at the top of the key.
There's a mismatch inside.
Tracy Murray spins over Tony Delk and drops in the 15-footer. And so Murray with 11, Strickland with 10. They line, and Donald Foyle showed Harvey Grant the ball, and he just picked his pocket and took it away. Rod Strickland into the front court, down low, Tracy Murray, and they're clicking as he dunks it home. And the Wizards move up 7 now, 27-20 after the 20 lead, as Rod Strickland is putting on a show here at the new arena. 10 points. 3 rebounds and 5 assists. And Strickland running the break, looking for other people, scoring when it's there, and making up for the loss of the other 2 superstars.
Well, he's
back and forth.
Bob, just like you talked about on KNBR last night on our Warriors Weekly Roundtable show, we're seeing Todd Fuller, we're seeing Donald Foyle, we're seeing Tony Delk, and we see Tracy Murray with another 3.
Fair, despite the lack of superstars, the Washington Wizards with a 30-26 lead. Strickland and Murray against Smith and Dampier.
One down play, let's see what it is.
One down is Strickland.
How about the one guard? The one guard goes down and just takes it one-on-one.
Pretty simple play. Strickland had to give it up. Good defense by Delk. Murray's 3, though. A good box out. Whitney into the front court for Washington. Murray another 3, missed it long, and Dampier had it stopped. Collapsing Washington defense and a lot of quick hands. Strickland headed the other way. A lot of contact. A reverse league. 5.3 rebounds from your point guard team in a decade. Really is troublesome. And right through. Joe Smith spent the All-Star break in Vegas. He told me he slept the whole time. So he better be well rested. Yay.
Strickland was looking over for a play from Bernie Bickerstaff, and he was just caught unaware. And Tony Delk blindsided him.
Strickland backs in on Delk on the left wing, draws the foul. Can't deal this. He's only got 5 points tonight, as Strickland missed the first free throw. Strickland's going to have a triple-double by the end of the night, I will predict. He's
that last one.
It's been an odd game, but an entertaining one, as Washington's up 46-45. Strickland backs Delk into the lane. Contact again.
Of Rod Strickland. He's got quickness, but he's also powerful. Compacted in that and gotten Tony up in the air off his feet. That time he even got Dampier up in the air. And if Tony hadn't been there, they may have called the foul on Eric Dampier.
P.J. Carlissimo with a long conversation near the point guard for the Warriors, and he turns it over. An entry pass that Ben Wallace easily overplayed. Here's Tracy Murray, steps back for the 3, dropped it in. It wasn't pretty, but very effective results.
Here's that one down play against, going to go into Strickland as he goes up against Williams.
Strickland on Brandon Williams, good call, partner. Backs
Jackson. He's well on his way. Was it Strickland?
Joe Smith, 20 minutes, 22 points, decimated. Joe Smith on the baseline, cross court to Danielle Marshall. Top of the key, had it knocked away by Strickland. No look pass. It's a race between Tracy Murray and Dickie Simpkins. Murray behind the back and dunked it home.
The Warriors. Now the first one with Rod Strickland. Blind over the top. Dickie Simpkins ran by.
Whitney shoots a three out of the right corner. Brandon Williams high for the rebound. 6 seconds left in the half. 5 as Williams gets in the front court. And his pass to Dampier is knocked away by Strickland. 50-51, down 9. There's 9:15 left in the third. We've had just a Joe Smith jumper that's scoring for both ball clubs. 111 points in the first half, only 2 here in the first 3 minutes of the third quarter.
Still has enough dexterity to put the ball in softly.
Smith with the block on one end, finished on the other. Joe's got all the Warrior points this quarter. 62-55 Washington, quarter 11. And the Warriors down 2, 64-62. Washington has stopped scoring, but the Warriors
22 for 5 from the line tonight.
67-64 Washington. Joe Smith top of the key. Misfiring. Dampier trying to keep it alive, but Rod Strickland rebound number 9. Eric Dampier for the Warriors. 71-64 Washington on top. Strickland in the lane, gave it up to Murray, top of the key, quick catch.
Even if you don't play a lot, you've been around 9 years, 10 years, you should be able to put that ball in, particularly when you shoot, you've shot better than that in years past.
Yeah, 75% over 9 years. Harvey Grant on the catch and shoot left.
Had a 9-point lead going into the fourth quarter against San Antonio a week ago.
Warriors down 7 entering the fourth here. Tracy Murray.
But it's difficult for the Warriors to get it across half court. If they don't steal it, that just takes away more time the Warriors have to operate. Strickland brings it down to the forecourt. 2-man game with Murray, and Murray for 2. Will it go in? Yes.
Arresting Joe Smith at this juncture, as well as Eric Dampier. Strickland around the screen at the head of the key, all the way to the rim. David Vaughn.
Rod Strickland is a great example of how you can finish and score inside without dunking the ball. There are different ways to score inside, and obviously a guy 6'1" is not going to go up and dunk over a guy 6'10". But when you go in and you release the ball a little bit quicker on the way up, and you get it over the outstretched arms, and you can do it line screens. They have Chaney coming off one way to his left, the strong left-hand shooter, and Murray to the right. Warriors defended it pretty well. Strickland now driving right baseline.
Harvey Grant left open, and he drops it in. And
they're going to use a little bit of time now.
5 minutes remaining in the game, 91-78. Wizards up 13. Tracy Murray again here. Get out of here with a victory. Warriors at 51 points at halftime. Only 78 now with 4:15, and Murray with 49 from the left baseline. Ben Wallace blocked by Dampier, but Rod Strickland tracks it down. Strickland in the lane again. His 10-footer's good. Got 14.
It's almost like the All-Star game now because there was no defense. So Tony Delk's points really counting as an individual, but just making the score a little closer.
Well, a lot of Warrior fans came to see Chris Webber and Juwan Howard and ended up watching Tracy Murray pump in 50 points as the Washington Wizards beat the Warriors 99-87. Jim and I will come back and wrap it up right after this.